Alrighty folks, we're cruising in the 2001 Crown Vic that I bought earlier today. I'm going to take it up to my side of the building there where I usually adjust the headlights. These LEDs are pretty freaking bright, plenty bright. Low beams and high beams, I mean they're excellent, but something tells me they're not aimed as good as I can get them. I think the one on the right's going a little too far to the right. Anyways, we're gonna go up to our spot and go ahead and get them adjusted. So here we are, right up on the wall here. I'm gonna go out there and play around with it, see what I can do with it. Sure doesn't throw a clean beam like the headlights in the F-150 does, that's for sure. A lot of that probably has to do with these bulbs. Alright, stand by. Alrighty guys, I've been here for over 20 minutes dicking around with this thing. I tell you what, the camera on the screen of the camera looks a lot different than what I see with my own eyes. With my own eyes, I see two hot spots. The one on the left is a lot brighter than the one on the right. On the camera, it shows a pretty even swatch of light there. At least on my screen, so I'm assuming that's what you guys are going to see. My eyes don't exactly see that. These LEDs are pretty damn bright, I'll tell you that. Kind of changed my mind on possibly trying some of these out. Like I said, I still need to polish these lenses. I can get them better than they are. The problem I'm having is the driver's side seems pretty good where it is. The passenger side is throwing too much beam to the passenger side of the car, the right-hand side of the car. Not sure if you can see this. Let me put my camera right in the middle of the hood. There we go, right in the middle of the hood. And I'm not sure if you guys can tell or not, or if I'm even aiming this right or whatever. But from what I see this passenger side, the beam is too far to the right. And I can sit here till I'm blue in my face and adjust this headlight so it's sucked all the way in here and it looks ridiculous. And it doesn't do anything for that beam really. So that tells me it's not the housing, it's not anything inside of it. It's simply the LED bulbs. It's just I'm not sure what kind of LED bulbs they have in there. But I got it as good as I can, I think. I'm going to back up here, show you what I see from the rear of the vehicle. So I'm on the passenger side of the vehicle, and I'm going to get down right about here, and you can see what I see, how far it goes out. I'm going to try to do the same exact thing on the other side, so I have about the same amount of tail light in my screen. Let's see. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to put the tail light right there. Okay. Go back over to the passenger side now. Okay. Okay, so I see that's 1, 2. It's about 2 1/4 of those corrugated metal things up there. That's kind of what I'm checking. And on this side I've got about, yeah, I don't have 2 1/4, I've got about 1 1/2, if you can see that. So there's directly in the rear, that's kind of hard to see. There we go, directly in the rear of the vehicle, way up high. See how it's too far right? Alright, it's not a headlight adjustment. There's nothing I can do. It's just simply the LED bulb itself. You can see it. Well, shit, it's hard to see. You're gonna have to trust me. They're throwing two different patterns. Here's the drivers. Here's the passengers. They're not bad. As far as being level, they're level. I just got too much going to the right. Could probably live with it. That'll be fine, as long as I'm not blinding people. Let's go ahead and try the high beams. See, this is why I don't want to try these LEDs, because I know from HIDs in the past, man, they're a pain in the ass unless you have the projector housings. Alright, let's go high beams and see what happens here. Oh, isn't that something? Okay. It's a pretty... I'll tell you what, guys, you guys are seeing a lot crisper than what I'm seeing with my own eyes. On the F-150, I actually saw a very crisp line. On here, not so much. It's definitely because of the LED bulbs. Okay, so let's go back here and see what they're looking like. Directly in the middle of the vehicle in the back, and I'm going to go way up high again. Yeah, a little bit to the right. Not too bad. All right, I'm gonna go test these and see if they're at the proper level. And if they are, I can live with them. Well, that vehicle's making a lot of noise. Thing sounds like it's on low range. All right. Oh, let's back up and see what we got going on here. Okay, these are high beams. My big thing is I don't want to blind cars. I don't want to be on a two-lane highway late at night and be blinding cars. That's just a dick move, and I don't want, you know, people flashing me. Okay, there's lows. Okay, from what I can see, I'm thinking possibly the one on the right's a tad high. Yeah. Well, we're gonna go drive this. I'll get right back to you. Alright, we're gonna go down this side street here. You can kind of see those beam patterns. It's actually the color of the lights. They're not, see the one on the left's a little brighter. They're just not a very good match set. Who knows, they may be eBay lights or Amazon, I don't know. Alright, there's lows. There's highs. The highs are fine. I got the lows pretty low. I just don't want to blind people, like I said. Alright, we're going to get out here on the two-lane highway and test these out real quick. Alrighty, y'all are seeing what I'm seeing driving down the highway here, or the road here. A minute before I get up here to the highway speeds. So there's low. There's high. Those highs... Oh yeah, those highs are going way up there in the... Well, the camera don't show it, but they're going plenty up there in the trees. I could see the whole side of the house lit up. The lows look like I could probably bring them up a tiny bit, but I think that's the best compromise I'm going to have right there. Because I don't want to blind people on the lows. The highs, they're going plenty high. They're going a little bit higher than a normal high would go, you would think. So I got the lows, I think, just a little bit on the low side there. I don't know if you guys can hear the old exhaust on this thing or not. The guy said it doesn't have too much drone on the highway. We'll find out. What, is it just me? Or does it look like the two headlights have different colors, different Kelvin to them? Like possibly the one on the left, my driver's side, might be a little bit hotter. Like I don't know what these are. I'm guessing these are probably around 6,000 or so. You know, maybe the driver's side might be like a 6,400 and the passenger side might be like a 58. Is it just me or do you guys see that? Because I surely do. I have ordered HIDs in the past and even some LEDs back in the day, and I noticed some of them did have a slightly different color to them, you know, right out of the same box. So, what's the speed? I don't even know what the speed limit is here. I'm sure you guys can, yeah. Yeah, I'd say the lows probably need to be just a little bit higher for my liking. Yeah, I'll go back and adjust them real quick a tiny bit higher. All right, I think I got it under control, guys. I just need to go up a few turns on the lows and I'll be good to go. All right, I'm gonna pause this and I'll get you guys the name on those bulbs if I can find them so you guys know which ones these are. Heck, I know this is about aiming headlights, but man, this thing dries and ice. With them low profile Pirellis and the Bilstein shocks on here and all the new suspension and everything, this sucker is tight. It's been a long time since I've driven a Crown Vic, but I know they didn't ride like this. Very tight and not, you know, not too firm and tight on the suspension, but definitely a lot, I would say, stiffer than a regular Crown Vic rides. Alright, here's right underneath the rear view mirror. I want up a tiny bit. Low beam, high beam. I think that's where we're staying. That's as good as I'm going to get out of these. Pretty happy with them. Alright, so here we are outside of the vehicle, and I'm about, let's see, that's probably about a good 50 feet right there in front of it. Let's get down and see what they look like. Okay, when I get down on my knees here, that's pretty bright. Let's see as I go up slowly. Alright. Alright, they don't look too bad actually. See, when I get out and look at these headlights with my eyes, the color looks identical. I think I know what the problem is with the color. I think I just need to, even though these headlights look pretty clear, I think that's the problem. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. The one on the right looks a little clearer, or the one on the driver's side looks a little clearer than the passenger. I think if I just buff those out. Okay, there's that one. There's that one. I'm not sure if you can see just a tiny bit of haze. I bet if I get that haze off of there, it'll even out a lot. But I think we're pretty good. Alright guys, here's been a 13-minute journey on adjusting headlights on the old Crown Vic, huh? Alright, have a good one. Oh, and you know, I'm just, you know, an average Joe. Don't take my word for it. But I would not buy these HID or LEDs or HIDs and put these in the halogen housings. I know they're in here. The car came with it. Lights the road up good. I'm going to give it that. My problem I have is with the glare of oncoming cars. You know, there's quite a bit of it on the low beams there. And that can be a problem for drivers. I haven't been flashed yet, but I know out on the highway when people put these damn things in their stock halogen housings, they blind the shit out of me. Now, it could be that they don't go through the trouble of adjusting them like I just did, you know? That's probably a lot of it. Let's kick the high beams on and see what they look out front real quick. See what they look like. Well, I bet these people are watching me on their cameras at these businesses. They must think I'm a freaking tweaker, man, coming over here adjusting my headlights for the last week on different vehicles. Yeah, those high beams are freaking off the chain right. Oh, hell yeah. those are off the hook. Those will blind the living shit out of you. But that's what high beams do. Yeah, the low beams aren't too bad. Alright, I think we can get away with it. In case you want to know, this is all dark back here except for those lights, and it's lighting it up pretty good. Alright, YouTube, be good. I'll make more videos of me cruising the old sexy Crown Vic here in the future.